Good morning, this is the Daniels Diva, and I just wanted to say hi to you. I have something on my heart that I just wanted to share, and just wanted to see if other people agree with me or if they have their own opinions about this topic that might help me. But I have a family member who's young, um, uh, late teens, and uh, and she is dealing with a lot of peer pressure, or dealing with a lot of her, I wouldn't even say it's peer pressure, it's just her own feelings. And I'm afraid that, because of what society tells you about where you should be at a certain point in time, and also just being all enveloped in your emotions, that you make bad decisions, or you get a jaded sense of what real relationships should be like. you know um I'm not being clear, I'm being a little bit vague, but the main premise is what I'm trying to get across is that a lot of young people are so preoccupied with their own self, and then on the top of that, it's the sexuality piece, the component or part of it is just like 90% of their identity, and 10% is what their intellect and you know their ambitions and their creative thoughts, and I think that, I understand that it's natural and it's part of biology and it's a good thing for people to have intense emotions and stuff, and this is the time when that really piques its interest. But I mean, I feel like young people are not being productive. you know they have so much energy and so much heart, and there's so many resources for them, and they're using it um to you know just take selfies of themselves and be all consumed with makeup and dates and things of that nature, when you know they could use all that creative energy and all that creative power to be entrepreneurs and um you know help someone else. And when I was younger, I I took my energies and efforts and I put it into my family and helping them. And I'm so thankful that I made that decision, because it makes me feel good about myself. How will people feel like 10 years down the line knowing that they spent years just glued in front of this thing that I'm looking at right now, which is a cell phone, um, and just trying to appease other people, you know, just trying to look good for other people and get likes and views and things of that nature, when they could have been, you know, building a business or helping someone, Um, and I don't want to be down on them, but I just think it's just detrimental to their whole growth. You know, it wasn't like this for me when I was younger. Yeah, I have a crush on a boy, but I only would see him like at school or something like that. Now they got 10,000 young men just watching their pictures and giving them compliments and just feeding their brains with, that fluttery nonsense of promises and all that stuff. And they're feeding the same thing to 100 different other girls as well. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not blaming boys either. It's just that they have access to um, these technologies and stuff, but they're not given other things that they can do with it. You know what I'm saying? They're not given other resources they can do, and they're not being talked to enough, telling them like, you know what, um, it's do something else. Keep your mind occupied on something else, because if you keep your mind occupied on this carnal fleshful things, then like that's who you are, and that's not who you are. That's a falseness of who you are. You are so much more than sexuality. You are so much more than a pretty face, or we've always taught that to our children and stuff of that nature. But now, because we got internet and cell phones, like now it doesn't matter anymore. Like, I don't understand, and I wish I knew the answer to help more people. I mean, the answer is that young people need to be talked to, spoken to, and they need to know their self-worth, and they need to know that they need to not be so idle and so fixated on spending hours and hours on being seen and being sexual. Because that's just one component of your life, and it's supposed to be, I think, it's a very intimate component, and it's being publicized, and it's something that you should enjoy, but you need to develop into that, develop into a whole human being with thoughts and feelings and all that stuff. And I don't know, but I'm just very concerned, and I'm hoping that I can be a good example to the young people in my life, and that other adults can take somebody under their wing and allow them to see that there's so much more to them, and there's so much more that they can do with their time and their energies than being, social, so yeah. So I would love to hear your comments. Please comment and help me, to help the young people in my life. And I hope that, this might have opened someone's eyes to knowing that, maybe we need to put these cell phones down for a while, these social medias down for a while, and really be proactive in life. Gain skills, it can be very fun, and it can be more enjoyable than this internet social business, So, okay, well, take care. Have a good day. Bye.